Hello and welcome to a new edition for November 2025. This is Mr. Music and got a great episode today. November is my birthday month, so I got a huge haul of stuff to show you guys. Let's go ahead and begin. All right. First thing I got is the Led Zeppelin book. This is actually the stories behind every Led Zeppelin song. Great stuff in this book. I have a Beatles book similar to this, so I wanted to have Led Zeppelin as well. So great stuff right there. All right. So next, I'm gonna tell you about some of the box sets that I got this month. This is the White Snake Forevermore Deluxe box set. It's got like let's see, four CDs, and it's got a Blu-ray in there. It seems like a lot of these box sets now have Blu-ray, but excellent stuff. This is actually the last White Snake album, and David Coverdale had recently announced his retirement, so I just wanted to go out and buy this. Good stuff, great album. Can't wait to listen to that one. All right, the next box set is Jimi Hendrix, and this, we're gonna do it the right way. Bold as Love. This is a beautiful box set with outtakes and a lot of unreleased stuff, live stuff as well. Excellent addition to the box sets. Great stuff right there. And I couldn't settle for just one Jimi Hendrix box set, so I had to get the other one here, and this is Electric Ladyland. It's got a lot of different stuff in here. A lot of please clear the glare. This isn't exactly the best way I wanted to do this, but it's got the cellophane on. That's probably why it isn't good. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rip off the cellophane for you guys to make it look a lot better. There you go. That looks a little bit better, but there's still quite a bit of glare in there. Okay. All right. Next on the list is the Cars. If I get it in the right direction here. Deluxe Edition Heartbeat City. Okay. Excellent stuff right here. Look at all this, all the stuff that you get in it. CDs, and I believe there's Blu-ray also in that too as well. All right. Okay. Now, I took a trip. A good friend of mine took me over to Amoeba Music in Los Angeles. I had heard so much about this record store. I never went, but I got a pretty decent haul of stuff right here. So it's going to break out all these goodies for you and show you which ones I got. All right. Okay. Big stack of goodies right here. Okay. All right. So we got Clay Aiken's Christmas album. This is, the time of year I stack up on a lot of good Christmas music. I wanted to add some to my collection right there. Okay. Next we have Stryper. Stryper has decided to put a new Christmas album out this year. Excellent stuff. I've heard it. It does have new versions of Winter Wonderland and Reason for the Season. Of course, Stryper fans know that those songs were from, originally a long time ago, and Reason for the Season was I believe on the Yellow and Black Attack album, and then I think the Winter Wonderland was a B-side. And actually, I prefer the original Winter Wonderland with them more than this new edition version. Okay. Next, we have Europe's compilation album, best of 1982 to 92. I've got a lot of the great classic Europe songs. Of course, it definitely has Carrie and their most popular song, The Final Countdown. Okay, next we have the best of Creed. Yes, I have some Creed in my collection, but I definitely wanted to get a compilation, and this had just been recently released. So looking forward to breaking this one open. Okay, here we have a compilation of various artists of monster ballads. These are a lot of like from metal bands and stuff. From usually like the 80s. There might be some in the 90s, but I think it's mostly from the 80s. But anyway, great collection. 2 discs worth of great music on here. All right, this is the new release from Steve Morris Band. Those of you might know Steve Morris, who was with, he actually was with the Dixie Dregs. He had a solo career, and then he actually joined in on Deep Purple for many years. And as it turns out, he was actually in Deep Purple longer than Ritchie Blackmore. So that's pretty crazy. But check this album out. It's great. New solo Steve Morris Band. Okay. Classic, Get the Knack. Of course, those who remember My Sharona, that classic tune is on here. Had to have this in my collection. I thought I had it in my collection. I looked at my database and nothing. So this was a great thing. And when I went to Amoeba Records, I actually made a list of stuff that I wanted to get. I didn't get everything, but Amoeba was a good experience. A lot of good music. And if you guys are in the area, go over there. Next, The Essential Cheap Trick. This is a double CD of a lot of classic Cheap Trick songs. Of course, they actually have a new CD out. I've listened to a little bit of it. It's not too bad. Don't have it in the collection just yet, but I may at some point. All right. A live album, AC/DC. If you want blood, you've got it. Yes, sorry. Good stuff right here. Classic Bon Scott era AC/DC. Good stuff on here. Okay. And then we've got, let's see what else. Okay, we've got, excuse me, Genesis Live Over Europe 2007. I've been in the process of trying to complete my Genesis collection. I thought I had actually completed it until a friend of mine alerted me to the fact that, Steve, you don't even have this album. So I had it on the list, and Amoeba had it. Great stuff. Okay, last but not least from Amoeba Records, we have Richard Marx, Repeat Offender. Interesting story about this CD is I had this in my collection at some point. For some reason, I must have gotten rid of it. I don't know, maybe a temporary insanity crept in, because I think Richard Marx is a great performer, and the fact that I got rid of it, but I was able to bring him back into my CD collection, so he's here to stay. So that is it for the Amoeba section of this video. But wait a minute, folks. Don't go away, because there's more to come. Much more. Okay, here we go. All right. Like I said, this was my birthday month, so I kind of went a little bit overboard. But hey, what the heck? I'm 63 years old. I had one heck of a time getting this stuff. A little bit hard in the wallet, but hey, that's the way it goes. Anyway, Genesis, Turn It On Again, best of 81, 83. Good stuff on here. Got some studio tracks and got some live tracks as well. One of the songs in here is, let's see, the very last song. Let me just check and see right here. Turn It On Again live. Great stuff. Okay, let's see. Now, next we have the Wings compilation CD that came out. This is a 2-disc set. Actually, they do have a single disc version, but of course, I wanted the 2-disc set. Great stuff. A lot of the classic Wings songs in here. So if you're a Paul McCartney and Wings fan, this is pretty much a must collection if you don't have any other compilations. Although there are songs on here that don't appear on the other compilations. So you know what? It's a good purchase. All right. Okay, this one here, Megadeth, United Abominations. I'm in the process of completing my Megadeth collection. Good stuff here. Check it out. Megadeth is always great, and of course they have a new CD coming out next not in December, but in January. So by all means, check that one out. I already have it on pre-order, folks. Okay, Dream Theater, and this is called Quarantine. This is it's live in Paris, 3 discs, 3 CDs, 2 Blu-ray. Actually, I thought I was getting the 3 CD edition, and then Amazon surprised me, and they sent this version, 3 CDs, 2 Blu-ray. Great stuff. I'll take it. Excellent album from Dream Theater. This is actually their concert that based on the tour that they did when Mike Portnoy returned to the band. So it has one song on here from the latest CD by them. The song on here, A Night Terror. So check that out. Any Dream Theater live is always good Dream Theater. Okay. Christmas music now, of course. So you got to understand, I like all types of different styles of music, and this will show you how broad my taste is. Frank Sinatra's Christmas album. Good stuff on here. Got to have Old Blue Eyes in the collection for Christmas. So I'm looking forward to listen to this. Okay. Next one is the Rolling Stones Black and Blue. Now this came out. There's a super deluxe edition that has some live music. I decided to go with the 2 CD edition. The first disc is the album, which is mastered by none other than Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree fame. So that, of course, when I heard his name, it's like, yeah, I got to have it in the collection because I like his remasters of other albums as well. And then the second disc has a lot of extra tracks, unreleased stuff, and they are actually pretty good, especially the ones with Jeff Beck on there. That was really a treat to have that. Okay, next on the list is the debut album from Survivor. Great band. Of course, Survivor with Eye of the Tiger and Burning Heart. Seems like they did the theme to the Rocky movies a lot, but you know what? They're a lot more than that. Pretty much every album they have is great, and I didn't pay too much attention to this debut album until I decided to listen to a little bit of it, and I love it. It's got some good tracks on here, so if you're a Survivor fan, pick this up. Okay, here's another one, Bryan Adams, Reckless. I was surprised I didn't have this in the collection, so I definitely had to rectify that. This album is, you could actually call it a Bryan Adams greatest hits album. Every song on here is a banger. It's so good, so good. Okay, now this next one is give me a second. Let me check. Okay. Okay, excuse me with my little glass here. Sorry about that. Diamond Head. Okay, Diamond Head. I definitely had to. I the only way I knew about Diamond Head was because Metallica did a lot of their covers, some of the covers on the Garage Day Revisited album, and I decided to check into them, and I'm really enjoying the music. Had to get this disc as well. Good stuff. Diamond Head. Check it out. Okay, some more Genesis. This is a compilation disc that actually a friend of mine was telling me that this was something that was actually sold in Starbucks at some point, and I think that was the only way you could get it. But I found a copy on eBay, so I had to check that one out too. So another Genesis CD, gotta have that. Okay, Jethro Tull, Aqualung recorded live in concert. Great stuff. Jethro Tull, they really did a great job on doing this album in its entirety live. Um, and I would say check this out if you're a Jethro Tull fan. Aqualung is, of course, one of their classic albums, and it's even better live. Frank Hannon. Frank Hannon of Tesla. He actually decided to do a solo album with just him and his guitars, and this is just beautiful. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he recorded this with his phone, and I don't know what the heck he used, but it sounds great. It's called Reflections. Great album. If you like Tesla, if you like Frank Hannon as a guitar player, by all means, check this out. Okay. All right. A Cars compilation CD that I did not have in the collection. I decided to get that. It's Moving in Stereo. Great song on here. Check this out. This is, if you're a Cars fan, this is a nice little comp to have in the collection. Okay, next up is the Who Are You? And this is actually the 2-disc version of, they released a more expansive deluxe edition, but I bought the 2-disc set as well. It's got some session demos and remixes on here. Good stuff to have. Okay, the Cranberries, Unplugged. Those of you who remember MTV, they had so many different great artists on the Unplugged series, and this was terrific stuff to have. I was really happy when they released this. Always been a fan of the Cranberries. I used to work over at Blockbuster Music. I got into them, and I couldn't resist Dolores O'Riordan's voice and her Irish brogue in there. Great stuff to have. So pick this up if you're a Cranberries fan. Okay, another Christmas album, Sarah McLachlan, the Christmas album. Good stuff. As you can see, I wanted to add to my Christmas collection here. I usually do that around this time of year. Add a little, a few to each year that's around. And Sarah McLachlan's great, beautiful voice. Have to have her in the collection. Okay, classic band, Ugly Kid Joe, America's Least Wanted, and it's got the track on here, Neighbor, which is a pretty fun track. That's the first song I ever heard by them. Excellent stuff if you like Ugly Kid Joe and a little bit of raunch rock. All right, now, okay, this is a CD by Randy Travis. Okay, Randy Travis. Now, the interesting story about this is that this was a mistake. I had ordered a CD from, I believe it was Amazon, one of the marketplace sellers. And instead of sending me the CD that I wanted, they sent me Randy Travis. So I don't know what was up with that. But, I mean, Amazon's return policy on used stuff is pretty much, we don't want it back, just keep it. They gave me a full refund, so good for Amazon. But anyway, now I have an extra Randy Travis CD in my collection. I'll have to check it out. He's pretty good too. All right, we have Elton John, Blue Moves. This is actually, it's remastered and it's a 2-disc edition. The original CD, which actually is this one here, this one cuts off, I realize, about 4 tracks. But now they have this edition, which has all the whole tracks, because originally it was a double album. So Elton John, Blue Moves, good stuff. All right. Spock's Beard's latest CD that just came out. I didn't think I was going to be able to get this one because Amazon had it for a horrible price. And then overnight it went down by $10. So I had to snatch it up. Spock's Beard, one of the great progressive rock bands of today. Of course, there's 2 songs on here. One there's 6 songs on here, and 2 of them are epics. One is like 20 minutes long. The other one, I believe, was about 18 minutes. But pretty good stuff right here. If you like Spock's Beard, if you like those long epics, and when they do an epic song, it's usually pretty darn good. And so check it out. All right. Let's see. Okay, my final 2, believe it or not. John Anderson and the Band Geeks. This came out, I believe 2023, 2024, somewhere around that. I think it's 2023. Excellent band. John Anderson is sounding terrific on here. By all means, pick this one up if you like John Anderson, if you're into Yes, good stuff. And last but certainly not least, John Anderson and the Band Geeks live. Okay, this is good stuff. A lot, if you're a Yes fan, it's got a lot of the classic Yes songs on here. So you'll enjoy that. And they are performed flawlessly. Good stuff. So anyway, that is it, everybody, for this edition of New Editions for November 2025. It was my birthday month, which means that's why this was such a long video. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Looking forward to the Christmas season now. Breaking out all the great Christmas music I'll be listening to. Anyway, I will see everybody probably the end of January, end of December, maybe first part of January. By all means, and also on my channel, look under the I think it's ranking. Like there's a folder in there that talks about my favorite Christmas albums. Check those out. This is the time of year for that. Okay. Anyway, you guys take care. If you like this video, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also click the little the bell to remind everybody. You'll get a reminder when new videos post. Okay. So anyway, this is Mr. Music. Take care. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I will see you next month or at the beginning of next year. Thanks. Bye.